Yep, the trailer being so freaking low is touching the ground. Good morning, campers. It's now day 3, I believe, or day 4. I lost track. I have a good news and a bad news. Well, a good news and a not so good news. Good news is it stopped raining, finally. Good news, it stopped raining. Well, and the not so good news, I guess, that we're not gonna have one sunny day this week. But this is beautiful. Let's go check out the lake. So I just got off the Jeep. It's a spot I was here yesterday, and looked around, and what do we got here? That is not a tiny puppy. And judging by the snow, I mean, I was just there, I was here yesterday, so that is probably this morning or not too long ago. It might just be looking at me somewhere around here. Oh well, I'll try to stay not too far from the Jeep. That is not a dog, by the way, just in case you were wondering. That is definitely a wolf. Obviously, there's no dogs here. The closest house is probably an hour and a half drive from here, so definitely not a lost puppy. But yeah, you can see the tracks. They go down here, boop, boop. And then that's a mumbo jumbo. I'm not gonna follow in there, but it's funny, I was just up there yesterday. Fresh snow, that's what's nice about the fresh snow. You can see tracks the next day, even a few days after, you can see tracks, and it's awesome to just follow them. So, we've been here for a few days now. Well, I have been here for a few days now. I'm about to leave because I want to switch location. It's probably a good time to do a rundown on the things that worked really well and the things that I wish I do better for next time. What we like is that with a tiny little fire, I can keep that thing pretty warm. Actually, it's dangerous to let it run off and then you end up in your underwear because it's way too hot in there. The one thing I really dislike is this pipe. I don't know if you can see from this angle. Yeah, let's zoom in. There's a whole bunch of creosote leaking from the joint there all the way down here, and then it leaks and drizzle over the camper when it's windy. That grosses me out. It's very annoying. Gonna have to work on that. I think the easiest thing would be to because I've hooked this up like they were vent pipe, basically fitting in the crimp that way, but it's a fireplace, so basically the draw pulls the air out, so it pulls the air by the joint. It probably needs to be the other way around. Let me know what you think. I'm not an expert in stovepipe, but if I flip it around, instead of leaking in the joint, it would leak in the elbow, and then maybe I can put a hole here, like a weep hole or something. I don't think I have any ash on the roof. Looks, can't really see. I'll have to see the video, but I think it looks fine, so I can let go the top part and get a proper cap, so maybe there's less water going in and having less liquid black goop falling down. For the rest, yes, on the outside, since we're outside, it gets really pitch dark black out here, and it'd be nice to have a little porch light here and have a couple porch light in the back or something, so because I'm basically chilling here and all I see is pure darkness. It'd be nice to see, you know, if a fox go by. The other thing also is, like, when you're in the, like I got in at night, it would be very nice to have backup lights, which I don't. So I was backing up in the pure darkness, and it's full of trees. Eventually it'd be nice to have something to, I don't know, a metal piece, something to cover these plastic lights, because these don't exist anymore. Really hard to get the round ones like this. It'd be a shame if I just, you know, backed up into a tree because I don't have backup light or something like that. I would also need a wood box, because as you're gonna see right as I walk in, I put my wood inside and there's like wood chips everywhere. So I have a little broom. I have my little trusty broom here, but I'm always sweeping. Like every 15 minutes I'm sweeping, because of course I was putting the wood to dry on top of the stove, and now the stove is full of sand because of the wood, and then it falls everywhere, and very hard to keep everything clean in here. Mostly also because, look at that, I can't leave my boots outside because they're gonna get full of snow. But what do I get? Full of snow inside. Let's get a little ambiance in here and talk a bit about the stove. That's an awesome fire starter. Let's see if I can do this with one hand though. All right, so we're gonna open the flue vent. Move the door a little bit, open the flue vent, let the thing start. The main problem with that little stove is that it's kind of working too well. That's a funny way to say this, but when something is working too well, you kind of tend to leave it like that. And it's not that great, but I looked online for a little fireplace setup for camper trailer with an air intake and a chimney from the back and not the top, so they're more compact and everything. And well, they're almost like $1,000, and then you have to ship them to Canada, to Quebec, and then that's another few $100 of shipping because it's heavy, and everything's more expensive in Canada. And that thing, I just went to Marketplace, bought a toolbox, a metal toolbox. There's a reclaimed ventilation pipe, a little bit of metal, and then with the black paint, I think the whole thing cost me like $50 top. And it works fine. I load it up with wood, I get it going, and then I adjust the flue vent on top here. And so it doesn't draw too much, and then I adjust the last finishing touch here. And it usually burns for, I can get it to burn for about 2.5 to 3 hours to be okay. So I have to refill it maybe 3 times during the night so I have a warm morning. So that's probably the main thing with that. My biggest pet peeve of the whole trailer is that the door opens this way. And it's blocking the whole freaking space. I mean, what about just opening it that way so it just rests on the counter and you can still move around? So right now, of course, I'm using it as a storage, but every time I need something, I need to open the door. Then I can't take the stuff out because it's being blocked by the door. Oh, hi again. I just realized one more thing I need to add to the to-do list. I have to fix those light fixture. Well, you can't even see that one here. On top here, these can work with 12-volt lamps. And I have another one in the kitchen area because I ain't got no light at night. And I need to get a deep cycle battery and hook all of these up with LED lights so they can last a freaking week on the one battery charge. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to my game. It's pretty cold this morning. The lake finally froze over. Check this out. I got some rocks. A bit too big, that one. All right, time to go. We're moving to the new location. It's gonna be a good test run. My first drive on snow. This snow has been compacted and mostly on the road. It's been compacted and is turning into a solid sheet of ice. It's gonna be a good test run because there's not too much snow, but I'm gonna have to go slow just to test how the brakes react with the trailer and the load and everything. Let's do that. Okay. So I was kind of dreading this area because there's a very small bridge at the bottom of the hill, which is only one lane. And it seems that the logging companies actually put sand on the hill, so it's not that bad. But let's get a little bit of speed here. The trailer just touched the ground. Let's go see what's going on. Yep, dragged right there. And I don't know if you can see, but all the way there. Didn't realize there's no big rocks here, so I thought I'd be fine going here, but I didn't realize the road is really uneven. And then the trailer being so freaking low is touching the ground. So I don't know. That's why I need a lift on that trailer. You see, that's why I need a lift on that trailer. It's not a really harsh road. It's fairly mild. Just that trailer is so freaking low. Now I don't even know if I can go all the way where I want to go. And it's not like I can turn around easily. We'll figure it out. Man, can you even realize this tiny little puddle is gonna slow me down? For sure I'm gonna hit this rock. Let's see how deep it is. It's nice and solid though. Maybe I can drive on top. I'm gonna drive right like this. There's a few of those. You know, I figured out if I, instead of driving in the tracks, I just drive off tracks, then I'm on the high part and then it doesn't touch the ground so much. But yeah, I'm happy I'm trying this before. Like there's like 2 feet of snow out here and then I get stuck for real. But when I come back, when there's 2 feet of snow, I'm gonna have a lift. This is an old logging road. You can see at the end of the roundabout, that's where they sort, I guess, the logs. And they build a roundabout so the trucks can go around and back out, which is perfect for me. If this whole video convinced you of one thing, I hope, is that if you go camping during the fall or early spring in Canada, rooftop tent, not a good idea. Tiny trailer is kind of cool because I could probably have backed this up somewhere down there, even though it was pretty tight. But it's not so much wider than my Jeep. My Jeep is a touch bigger than the side-by-side, so I can go in quad trails with my Jeep. Not sure about the trailer, but we'll soon find out because eventually I will get some tight trails. So this is just an au revoir, but keep in mind that next video we're gonna try to raise this baby up and maybe stuff some 31-inch tires underneath there. We'll see what could go wrong with that, right? I mean, plenty, but that's what we're gonna try to do in order to set this thing up for more snow. All right, that's it for now. We're gonna drive in the beautiful sunset, and that's gonna be the closing shot. Yes.